Another impact that Milk had was reaching out to young gay people that faced disenfranchisement. The Mattachine Society prohibited anyone under the age of 21 from joining. Milk often reflected on his own experiences growing up and wanted to give hope to the young gay people in the Altoona, Pennsylvanias, and the Richmond, Minnesotas. The gay establishment was often opposed to Milk. The gay community accused him of downplaying gay issues to gain votes among straight people. Part of his intelligence as a candidate for public office resulted from his understanding of the need to register gay voters and work with everyone else. The reason the Alice B. Toklas LGBTQ Democratic Club, a faction of the Democratic Party, was not successful was because they were too timid. Their lack of ambition was reflected in their misunderstanding that straight voters could be some of their best allies. Part of Milk's dynamism as a political candidate was his understanding that people can change and that the 1970s were a time of upheaval. He knew that the atmosphere of fear of the previous time period had a lingering stigma, and he discarded that. In 1981, the first reported case of HIV, AIDS, emerged in the United States. The disease at this point was unnamed when doctors first reported it to the Center for Disease Control. This is directly related to the movement for LGBT rights because it was the most dire example of structural inequality in the 1970s and 1980s. Inadequate health care was a major issue for sexual minorities in this period of time, while the heterosexual majority received better treatment before they were able to request policy change. An important theme in this movement was overcoming stigma, a process that occurred in activists' minds. The direct action campaign of ACT UP won gains such as the speeding up of the Food and Drug Administration approval process for AIDS medication and forcing pharmaceutical companies to lower prices. ACT UP and AIDS activism developed in the 1980s, despite lack of political opportunities, during a rightward shift of society. The 1980s saw the rise of conservatism and a federal administration that was hostile to gay rights. As the 1980s were a period of reaction, the government started mandating testing and quarantine for people with AIDS. The Bowers v. Hardwick decision on the Supreme Court in 1986 upheld the anti-sodomy laws in Georgia. This decision contributed to direct action campaigns across the country. Immediately after, 2,000 people marched in San Francisco, and protesters demonstrated in front of the Supreme Court until the nighttime. The Washington Blade newspaper compared the demonstrations to the ones following Milk's assassination. These marches ostensibly did not have anything to do with AIDS activism, but they ended up being crucial in the formation of groups such as Silence Equals Death and the Lavender Hill Mob. These organizations were important precursors to the formation of ACT UP. In the eyes of the activists, this decision was just another example of the inequality that existed in the background of the LGBT community while the crisis in healthcare was becoming extreme. The legal decision, which should have taken away opportunities for gay people, was spurring many to action. If you like this video and want to see more, consider donating to the History Project, a nonprofit organization in the city of Chicago that aims to create quality history lessons. Click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.